Welcome back to a video, guys. Today we're taking the Jeep up to the shop. It's finally the day that happens. I got the battery charging right now since it's been sitting for a while, and it's gonna be like the first actual test drive. I went and got insurance so we can take it on the road, and we got a 40-minute drive ahead of us, so I really hope this thing gets there. I kind of did a quick once over on everything. Wheels are torqued, just other bolts, like I just went underneath, made sure everything was still good. I borrowed Hunter's booster pack just in case this thing dies for whatever reason. And I'm doing this thing as a solo trip, so I brought this thing just to make sure. Let's see if she starts. Ain't got no fuel. Oh, we got tons of fuel in this thing. Oh man, why isn't this thing starting? Second tries the charm. That didn't sound good at all. All right guys, a little update on the situation. So, you guys remember how I took all of my tools up to the shop in Maple Ridge? I don't have any way to fix this thing. I think it's the fuel pump because it cranks and doesn't start. So, I just called a tow truck because honestly, it's a lot easier than trying to get tools, going out spending $80 for a part that's maybe gonna fix it when the tow is gonna cost 60. So I just got a tow truck coming. He's gonna get it up there and then we can actually start working on this thing. All right, we got the Jeep here now, and I kind of started this video weird. I filmed a whole segment before, but I didn't like the layout, and I wanted to get the Jeep here. So, I got axles. I went and picked them up the other day, and then here's our motor. I fully stripped it down. I videotaped all of it. I'll overlay it at some point. I just got to get all of this stuff cleared, and then we can bring the Jeep in. Now, the problem is since it doesn't start, this is a very steep ramp. Like, not very steep, but like, we definitely need a bunch of people to help push it in. And unfortunately, it doesn't run. But we got Harinder here. He's still kind of a bit of a write-off from his truck accident, so he can't push a whole lot, and we still need other people. So hopefully Braden gets here, and he brings a couple people to help. Okay. So.
That's a lot of horsepower there, hey?
Okay.
Now we're going back. Full crank, full crank, full crank.
No, we got it!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay, watch everybody's feet and pinch points. Alright. Oh yeah. We can handle it from here. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks,
you will see your paychecks in the mail in 2 to 3 weeks.
Perfect. Really appreciate it.
Okay. Straighten it out. Right here. Stop. Right. Since I posted the last video, I've been doing a lot of work inside the garage, and I just want to show you guys where it's at because I think it looks so cool. So obviously I got the Committed Crew banner up there because Robbie, you're my boy. We got my Nismo because Nissans, you have a good spot in my heart. I put like a little tabletop on here just so I can put bins like that there. I just did a lot of organizing. Bins with certain stuff is supposed to go in there, like that's body work, that's electrical, that's car wash. And then this is the real pride and joy for today. I picked these bad boys up for $80 at Princess Auto. $80, you cannot go wrong. It's 4 feet this way and then 2 feet high, has 3 drawers. And then there's like some shelving and pegboard in there. Probably not gonna use the pegboard, but you can kind of choose what you want it to be inside. So in the first one, we got a first aid kit, just a few microfibers, all my brake clean. I've collected quite a few cans, but you guys know this stuff goes super quick. And then we got the soapy water. Then in this one, I just got a few cans of spray paint, just some rust stuff. I've never used it, but I've heard good things about it. You just put that on spots where there's rust and it stops it. And then my degreaser, I just got some gloves up there utilizing the pegboard. And then in this one, oil, ATF fluid, some cutting oil, and some brake fluid. And then I got some LED lights back there. So if you guys remember, those were the LED lights that were on the shelf in my old garage. I also got this power bar strip so I can plug in all my lights once I get more, and then I can just come in. It doesn't look that bad on camera. I know it's like really reflecting off that, but it's like good. So yeah, that can be my main junction point to where I can start plugging in tons of lights, because lights are my friends. And then here's my Milwaukee charging station. So I got my 2 chargers. And then if you guys remember, there's my battery holder. It doesn't do the charging, only the holding, but it's nice. And then there's the rest of my stuff. So we did all the shopping in one day, and when we got back here, there was still some sunlight out, and we just felt like doing something, and I didn't have the camera here, but I just wanted to get it done, because this is when all the stuff is gonna happen. So we put the engine on the engine stand. Here it is. Looks a lot better when it's not on a pallet, eh? The engine crane didn't work, and honestly, when I picked it up, it kind of really sucked. The ram on it, just, you pump it and pump it and pump it, nothing really happened. So we couldn't use that to get it onto there. So luckily Braden knows how to drive an excavator, so wheeled the pallet out there and then got it on there. I wish I had the camera, it was so funny, but I just wasn't filming that day and this was just spontaneous. But the blue on the engine stand, right there, that's the new ram. So it doesn't look good, but that's the way it is. And yeah, here's the motor. And then, right behind the motor, I picked up my axles. So these are Dana 60s. These come out of a 2005 Ford F350 Super Duty, and they are just super beefy axles. Originally, I was gonna go with Dana 44s out of a 76 Ford F150, but they're just so hard to come by. These things, easier to come by at a good price. I paid $1,000, which is pretty good for around here, and everybody makes stuff for them. So it's super easy to get a truss kit, and it's super easy to get shafts, lockers, all that stuff, the gearing. And then with these, it doesn't matter what I ever throw at it. Like, I could do 52-inch tires. I'd be fine on these. Maybe not that extreme. I plan on doing some big tires, so these will definitely be able to handle it. I want to start disassembling this thing, try and get it stripped down, see if there's any major problems. The only thing that is happening that I can tell right now is the oil pan has a crack in it. And this engine is going to be somewhat built. I want to be able to throw 300 foot-pounds of torque at it. And these things, I think, do like 130 now. And it'll be a perfect engine for this build. The truck just showed up for Braden. So Braden, I guess, ran into some money that I don't know about. And he went on a big shopping spree today. And the truck just got here to drop some stuff off. So I thought I'd show you guys.
We got some toolboxes.
I can see that. So these ones are kind of like that one, just better. And then he got 2 of them.
Yeah, look at this. You want to see how quality this is? Oh, the one time it works. No way.
Well, you're pushing on the one side, asking it to fail.
Dude, I can go to yours and freaking hold it from the very corner and it'll open. This one.
I guess, yeah. So he's gonna put one underneath his bench full time.
Well, they're both gonna be under the bench pretty much full time.
But one of them is gonna be a floater that you can just roll around, use like a workstation like that one. Okay, so this is basically as stripped down as I want it to get. I put a little bit of tape over some stuff that I don't want to get wet, but this thing is actually really small once you take off all the bullshit. The whole intake and exhaust side, I just put some tape over. So this thing is basically ready to pressure wash, but I don't want to do any pressure washing until I get these all situated. I want to start taking them apart, just kind of how like the front one is, with all the pieces disassembled. I don't want to start any huge projects that I can't really finish, so the next clip, you're gonna see me, I'm bringing the Jeep over. All right, so we got the Jeep in here. Fits nice. So this side has about 6 feet to the wall. This side, the side that I was worried about, has like 8 feet right there, and then 7, you know what, that's probably 8 feet there, 10 feet there. There's so much room. So I was gonna start dismantling this thing tomorrow, but what I thought would be a good idea to recoup some money and then just help fund this is post it on Facebook Marketplace and just kind of like a part out. I need to keep a lot of it, like the tub, the frame, like obviously like the grill, transfer case, transmission. So I just want to see what kind of stuff I could sell. Basically instantly, some guy just messaged me saying, hey, I'll buy the hardtop off you right now. He said 500, I'm like, no. Like if I don't want to sell it, but if I were to, 800, he agreed. So he's gonna come pick it up. We're gonna get 800 bucks for this. In the future, if I really wanted to, I could buy another one, or I can get a soft top, or just kind of make it just like a summer vehicle. Only use it in the sun. So I'm gonna get this thing unbolted, wait for the guy to come pick it up, get the cash, and then we're $800 closer to this project being done. So the guy just came. He doesn't have anything to take it home today, but he wanted to come show he's serious. Gave me $300 today. Coming back, gonna give me $500 tomorrow. Then I can help him load it up, and then we can start dismantling this thing. Okay, so last night I was doing lots of thinking on what I wanted to do first. Originally, I was gonna start stripping the interior, taking out seats, all that good stuff, so we can pull the body off, the tub, they call it. But now I'm starting to think I should just pull the engine and then work your way backwards, just because the way I have it set up right now, it's just super easy just to have all this space to pull the engine, and then I can pull the whole thing forward. I don't know. I think we're just gonna start dismantling the front. So here's the motor. It's got the 4-liter, 5-speed manual transmission. And I guess I should just say, if any of you guys are local to Maple Ridge, Vancouver, anywhere around here, I'm basically parting this whole thing out. The only thing I wanna keep is the tub and the frame. If you guys need anything, just message me on Instagram. I'll get back to you guys. But yeah, I want to start pulling the motor, transmission, everything. I want to strip this thing down to the bare frame. That way we can start completely fresh. I want to sandblast the frame. I want to coat the frame. This thing is going to be the most badass off-roader you have seen ever on YouTube. I have big plans for this. And you guys saw the 240. That was a huge transformation. And essentially this is going to be the off-road version of the 240. No skipped steps. Except for with the 240, there was a lot of skipped steps. I guess let's start draining all the fluids. Alright, as the coolant's draining right now, got the oil drained, basically everything I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna start disconnecting things and start pulling some goodies out. I got this fender fully out. And then Braden just informed me he's taken his truck apart, and just look how much dirt is on this.
This is the transmission skid plate. The engine skid plate was just as bad. The entire frame was like this.
Like, that's a good 4 inches. Like, that is a grown man fist holding that dirt. That is just disgusting. That is just so much dirt.
There is just from 2 skid plates. The up pile of dirt over there is from the rest of the truck.
Alright, so we got the engine hoist all set up. Engine is basically ready to pull. I've been just grinding out all morning, getting everything done. The only problem that I've ran into right now is I don't know where to hook up the engine chains. Basically, every motor I've ever done before has like spots to lift the motor. This one doesn't have any. It has one hole down there. Right there, you guys can kind of see it. And then over on this side, I'm gonna have to try and do some fancy footwork with the chains, but I am just so ready to get this thing out of the car. I got the chains all set up. One of them just goes around the exhaust runner. This one just goes through that little hole in the block that I was talking about earlier. Now we just gotta take out the engine mount bolts, and then we get to see everything that I haven't undone yet.
Bye.